begin his warm-up tosses. And we'll take a look at the Athletics starting lineup he's going to face. Nick Kurtz at first base will lead off. The catcher, Shea Langoliers, bat second. He tied for the major league with 5 home runs this season. Tyler Soderstrom is the left fielder. He's going to bat third. Cleaning up the DH, Brent Rooker, Jacob Wilson at short, Lawrence Butler in right. Max Muncy, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Batting eighth, the former Met, always hits the Yankees well. Second baseman, Jeff McNeil, and Denzel Clark is in center field, and he is going to bat ninth.
Well, you see the numbers on Cam Schlittler this year. The 2 starts dominating, 11 2/3, 15 strikeouts. Opponent average 0.79. But let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report tonight. 15 and counting. He has 15 strikes, hasn't given up a run or a base on balls. When is that going to happen? How high will he get before he does? Here it is. Michael, you talked about it. He throws a lot of fastball, almost 90%. Try to hit it. I'm going to throw you my best stuff. And first look, he's never seen the A's, but the A's have never seen him. And I always think it's advantage pitcher.
Let's take a look now at the defense behind him. Brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge. That's left to right in the outfield. In the infield, Rosario, Caballero, Chisholm, and Rice. That's third to first. Balls behind the plate. The DH is Giancarlo Stanton. And on the mound, we've mentioned, is Cam Schlittler. Bruce Dreckman is the home plate umpire in the umpire scouting report, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He's considered hitter-friendly in his 25th big league season. He's had 7 pitches challenged as a home plate umpire. 3 of them have been overturned, calls fewer high strikes and fewer inside strikes on right-handed batters. Joe, you've played in the Bronx, you played in Chicago, you played in Colorado. What does cold weather do to a player?
You just have a hard time gripping the baseball. That's the hardest thing. And I used to look at it from a pitcher standpoint. It was harder to throw the off-speed pitches. And for infielders or a catcher, it's hard to get a good grip on the baseball and throw it. It becomes very slippery.
All right, so Nick Kurtz is ready. Cam Schlittler is ready. And let's do it. Here in the Bronx is the big right-hander deals. Pitch is high and we're underway. A's are 3-6 and the Yankees are 7-2. On Kurtz. Kurtz, the Rookie of the Year. He was a unanimous win last year.
Yeah, he's a very patient hitter, Michael. He is willing to take his walks. I mean, he's the 3 true outcomes: walks, strikeouts, and home runs. He's 5th in the baseball with 9 walks.
The 3-0. And there's a strike to Kurtz. Kurtz has gotten off to a slow start, 4 for 27, 148. Last year hit 290, 36 home runs, and 86 runs batted in. Fouled away, and the count is full at 3-2.
Yeah, Michael, you talked about the 36 home runs in only 119 games, so he didn't come up until the end of April and missed some games in between, but dangerous hitter.
And the 3-2. Strike 3. Kurtz down looking. 1 away. Now you'll see strikeouts with the A's. They strike out 29.6% of the time. Highest mark in the majors.
Yeah, you see this 4-seamer, and sometimes this 4-seamer has just a tidbit of cut, not nearly as much as his cutter that he throws 94. You'll see that fastball get up to 99 miles an hour probably tonight.
Here is Shea Langoliers. Has 5 home runs, tied for the major league lead. His nickname amongst athletic fans is Shea Bangoliers because he hits home runs.
Hit 31 of them last year.
since 2023 has 87 home runs, and only Cal Raleigh with 125 has more for catcher.
I thought Cal Raleigh did that in 1 year. 86.
Close, right?
So far, it seems he's had a little bit better command with this four-seamer than the cutter.
Strike three. Langoliers down looking. 2 away.
Michael, how are you supposed to hit this? This is a 99-mile-an-hour sinker that starts off the plate and has that run back. And it has a lot of run and ends up down the middle. But as a hitter, you've seen 2 four-seamers that are straight, and you see it out there, and you think it's a ball, and then it comes back. And God knows you don't want to get jammed or hit it off the end of the bat tonight.
Here's Tyler Soderstrom. Just pumping in strikes. You know, Aaron Boone was asked today, you know, he seems to be using mostly fastballs, and he's not staying away from the breaking stuff. And Boone essentially said, well, how's it working out for him?
Yeah, I think people think that it's going to catch up to him, but why change until it does?
0-2.
And that is somewhat of a breaking ball. That cutter at times, I mean, that one was 95 and didn't have the depth, but his cutter has much more depth than it did last year. It's almost like a really, really hard slider.
One and two.
Two warmest people on the field, pitcher and the catcher, because you're moving the most.
1-2. 2-2, just underway here in the Bronx. Beginning of a 3-game set tonight, tomorrow night, and then Thursday afternoon. First homestand of the Yankee season. 2-2. High fly ball center field. Grisham is there, and Grisham puts it away. A 1-2-3 inning for Schlittler, and they're sending up, and in what order in the bottom of the first. Grisham, Judge, and Bellinger at the top. We told you about Ben Rice, 3 home runs in his last 4 games. He's cleaning up. Batting 5th, the DH, Giancarlo Stanton. Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second base will bat 6th. The bottom third of the order. Third baseman Ahmed Rosario, Austin Wells will catch, and Jose Caballero, the shortstop, will bat 9th.
Yeah, Aaron Savali had a good start against the Atlanta Braves, but you see the numbers in 2025. Somewhat of a high ERA, not a huge strikeout, but he's going to throw a lot of strikes. But let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report. He found a home. He was with 3 different teams last year, and he was brought in to stabilize the rotation and give him some innings. He's going to throw to the 4 quadrants. He's going to go in each corner, up and down. Bad vibes, Michael. He has struggled against the Yanks, a 7.08 ERA in his career, and 8.22 at the stadium.
So that would be good vibes for the Yanks.
Yes, bad vibes for him.
Grisham 1 for 9 against Miami, but he reached base quite a bit. So he's hitting 177 in the early going. So 172, check that. But his on-base percentage is .368 because of all the walks. Chop to first. Kurtz will take it himself. Check out the A's defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. And you see the setup. Let's take a look at the center fielder, Denzel Clark. Car Shield defensive player profile. Outs above average since 2025. You've got Pete Crow Armstrong leading. Then Rafaela, Scott, Young, and Denzel Clark, who can go get him in center field for the A's.
That plus 14 there, Michael, was in 2 months.
Not too bad. Aaron Judge takes up and in. 1-0. One on Judge. Judge 6 for 12 against the Marlins. And he has great numbers in his career against the A's. Last year, he hit .375 with 4 home runs and 9 ribbies against the Athletics.
Do you remember the question I asked you earlier today?
What was that?
Does he not have great numbers against all teams?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, what you'll see Savali do is he'll try to tunnel that cutter and his sinker on the first base side. He'll throw his sinker in. He'll throw his curveball, which is a pretty good swing and miss pitcher. He'll throw his cutter on both sides. He'll throw a four-seamer. I mean, he's got a number of pitches and ways to get you out.
And that is tipped into the glove of Langoliers, 2-away. Let's take a look at his arsenal on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, you're going to see the cutter is the fastball he uses the most, but then he's going to sink it in the four-seamer up in the zone. He has a very good curveball, and he gets most of his swing and misses on that curveball. What do we got going on here, Michael?
New York is challenging that there was catcher's interference.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Well, that becomes E2 is what it becomes.
Not sure what's taking so long. This is a very clear replay right here. He hit the glove.
The call is overturned. There was catcher's interference. New York will retain their challenge.
So the Yankees keep their challenge, get a runner on first base with 1 out. That brings up Bellinger.
Michael, I once gave up a home run on a catcher's interference. Paul Osemacher threw a pitch. Bobby Bonilla swung and hit a home run and hit my glove.
I assume he kept the home run.
And Osemacher was mad at me and told me if he had not hit my glove, it would have been a foul ball. He would have pulled it foul.
Got to deal with a lot of egos on that mound, huh?
Yeah. Sometimes catchers will try to go out and get the ball to stick a strike, and that's when you get in trouble. And you also get in trouble if a hitter's late on a swing. Those are the ones that will get you the catcher's interference.
Now, I've never not done it, Joe, at any kind of high level. I just don't see how you can't do it every time if you want to get on base.
Yeah.
If you're a hitter.
There were some hitters we thought that, like, at times they did it on purpose if they were down in the call. Jacoby Ellsbury was one of the best.
Unbelievable.
Yes. And I would always remind my catchers which hitters they needed to move back on so you wouldn't get that catcher's interference.
2-1. So that catcher's interference goes as an E2 on Langoliers. Three and 2. Kurtz holding on Judge. Yankees did a lot of running against the Marlins. Judge looked like he was going there and stopped. There's a challenge.
The pitch is called a ball. The catcher is challenging.
Well, the catcher's challenging on the T-Mobile ABS challenge, and if you saw, Bellinger was going
Strike
back to
free.
dugout. And so the challenge was correct. It's overturned. So Bellinger knew even before the ABS challenge.
Yeah, there's that front hip sinker. He likes to work off that cutter. The cutter comes into him, and then the front hip sinker, it starts in and then runs back over the plate. Greg Maddux-like, devastating pitch.
Pitches upstairs to Rice. 7 extra base hits, 11 runs batted in. OPS, Judgy in 1.380. 2 for 9 against the Marlins with 5 walks. The Yankees took 2 out of 3 in that series. Rice calls time. Looks like he has something in his eye. Just underway here in the Bronx, Yankees and the Athletics. A's didn't score on the top of the first. And the count 3-0 on the Yankee cleanup hitter.
The one thing that surprised me a little bit on Ben has been his challenges, because we all feel like he's got a great recognition of the strike zone.
And there's ball 4.
Yeah.
Rice is waiting to see if Langoliers is going to challenge, but he took too long, so he's not able to now.
Savali was complaining that it wasn't up. You heard him yell at Bruce Druckman, and Bruce Druckman then said to then challenge it. And he was right. He should have.
So here's Stanton. Through 8 games, he has 13 hits. That's the most he's ever had in his career through his first 8 games.
And Savali in his career has had a lot of trouble with Stanton. He's 3 for 7 with a couple home runs.
And 2 on the Yankee DH, number 5 hitter in their order. 6 of 8 games he's had multiple hits. Sat out 1 game, and 1 game he was held hitless. So first and second, 2 men out.
Hit 2 balls over 115 miles an hour for base hits yesterday. Left a dent in the wall on one of them.
Swing and a miss on the slider. Yankees, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 men left. We played. It was left-handed. A pretty good pitch by Manny Pacquiao. The only 8 division world champion in boxing history, and he joins us now. What'd you think of the first pitch?
That was good. Like for the longest time, I was when I play baseball when I was young, like in elementary. So
did you like baseball?
Yeah, that's my first sport.
Really?
Yeah, before boxing. So when I was in elementary, I played baseball.
What position?
Both, batter and pitcher.
Oh, really?
Pitcher.
Ah. Nice.
Did you have a good fastball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you've done it all. As I said, you're boxing royalty. You're also a senator of the Philippines. You represented millions of people. What was tougher, politics or boxing?
Both.
Shattered bat, and there's a ground ball to Caballero. 1 away. Now, you like all sports, right?
Yes, I like sports.
What's your favorite besides boxing?
Besides boxing, baseball, basketball, baseball, and badminton.
Badminton, really?
Yeah.
Do you like tennis at all?
Tennis, yeah, also tennis.
Yeah.
We have a tennis court in our house.
Ah. Play pickleball?
Pickleball, yeah. Almost every day. My wife is playing a pickleball.
Here's Jacob Wilson. And there's a strike. Now, you're the founder of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and that develops the next generation of fighters. Are people still wanting to fight? Kids still want to become fighters?
Yeah, there's a lot of young fighters that want to, to to have dreaming to become a world champion. So we have to help them to promote.
Now, do you miss boxing? Like boxing a lot?
I miss boxing because boxing is my sport. So I love boxing. That's why I have a promotion in the Philippines in here almost every month. Yeah.
Now, there are rumors out there, Manny, that you might fight Floyd Mayweather again. Any truth to it?
Oh yeah, like both of us signed the contract already, and both of us get our advance. So I think there's no reason that the fight is not pushed through. So the fight is gonna be September 19. That's what the contract said.
How about having it here at Yankee Stadium? How great would that be? 50,000 people?
Oh, that would be good. in the summertime, not in the winter.
Yes. It'd be too cold.
Yeah, but you don't want it 95 degrees either.
Oh, no, yes. Just normal, like 80, 90. Like.
So, when you would train for a fight when you were younger, how many months would you train before you fought?
Before I fight, like 2 months, at least two months or 1.5 when you were young. But this time, like when you pass 30 years old, 40, you need to have at least 3 months, 3.5 months to prepare. Not like when you were young, because it's easy to have a stamina.
There's the 1-2 to Wilson. Who's your favorite boxer now?
Now? Myself.
How about all time, other than yourself?
All time? Muhammad Ali.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What made him special to you?
Muhammad Ali is a boxing role model. I mean, also he's a model of boxing, and he did a lot. I mean, he's one of the GOAT boxers in the world.
2-2 count on Wilson. And the pitch is high. Now, I hear that you're going to be on the Gotham Sports app with Marcus Samuelson. You're scheduled to go to a Filipino restaurant on Thursday to film an episode. Are you ready for that? Do you like to eat?
Eat Filipino food.
Yes. Do you eat a lot?
Not really. Like, I stick to my diet. Like,
what is your diet?
My diet is, I don't really eat pork. I don't eat pork, and then I don't eat much meat like that. I also vegetable, fish like that.
Here's Lawrence Butler. Manny's also scheduled to film The Story of My Number in May with Gracie Cashman, and that's an Emmy Award-winning show. And that will be when he returns to New York City. And the new season of The Story of My Number is going to premiere on May 12th. Again, that's all on the Gotham Sports app. 0-1 on Butler. Now, when you're not fighting, do you ever get fat?
No.
No.
That's a good thing for me, because at my house, in my compound, I have a covered court gym. I have different kind of sports like badminton, volleyball, pickleball. I have a jogging track inside my compound. I have rubberized track around my compound, and I jog, and I have a boxing gym. So
you're always in shape.
Yes, I play basketball and training boxing. So I love exercise.
Who's your favorite basketball player?
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You ever meet him?
No, I didn't remember him.
Oh, he's the GOAT. You're the GOAT. He's the GOAT. You should meet each other.
Yeah, but he's my favorite player.
2-2. Schlittler thought that was strike 3, and he's looking at Wells whether or not he should challenge it. But they're not going to. It was close, Joe.
Yeah, I think if we saw it on the box, I think it would be a little bit high. You see the spin on it, and it's cutting a little bit.
Driven out to left field. Bellinger there reaches up to make the play. Manny, what an honor to have you in the
Thank
booth.
you.
Boxing royalty. Good luck in your next fight.
Thanks, Manny.
In a future game. Josh Chisholm leads off the bottom of the second. Yankees had 2 runners on in the first, but Stanton struck out to strand them. 0-0, bottom of the second.
Just make it clap. Just make it clap.
Yankees are hoping that double that Chisholm had in the 9th inning on Sunday might get him going, because he has gotten out of the gate a little bit slow. That was only his second hit in 13 at-bats. Tipped into the glove of Langoliers. That's the third strikeout for Savali.
Yeah, for a guy that's not been a strikeout pitcher in the past, he had a good start in Atlanta where he struck some people out, and his location has been fantastic. And that front hip sinker has given these Yankee hitters all kind of trouble.
That one is drilled deep to left field. That ball is gone. See ya. A long home run for Ahmed Rosario as Boone pushes the right button and the Yankees lead 1-0.
Yeah, he had been 0 for 3 off him in his career, but I think Aaron wanted to get him some at-bats because there hasn't been a lot of left-handed starters. The Yankees have only faced one, and he got to this sinker inside. It's given the left-handers trouble, but not Ahmed Rosario. A long home run.
Here's Austin Wells.
You know, the guys that are playing every day are saying, it's that easy?
Right.
Right? You don't play very often, you just go and hit a first pitch home run. It's that easy?
You know, one thing that they immediately loved after they acquired Rosario is what an unbelievable teammate he was. First guy out of the dugout to celebrate, great in the clubhouse with all the players, and obviously a valuable bat off the bench.
Yeah, I don't say this in a disrespectful way, because when he plays, he's very productive, but he's a great cheerleader. Like you're talking about, the first one out, shows a lot of emotion, brings a lot of energy every day, works his tail end off. He was out early today, see him in left field, third base. I mean, he's willing to do whatever. He just wants to win.
And you don't dismiss that. There are guys on teams like that. Ronald Torreyes was like that. Guys that, you know, almost a heartbeat, a pulse of the team that get everybody pumped up. He's that guy. That's his second home run as a Yankee. The other one was September 14th against a pretty good pitcher, Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
You see the sinker there, and it's going to get too much of play. He's trying to go away with it, down and away, and he leaves it belt high down the middle. And that's what happens with big league hitters.
And there's a walk to Wells. Well, the home run, this hit by Rosario, was the 18th batted ball this year against Aaron Savella. And it's the first pulled fly ball.
Really?
Yep.
So what constitutes a pulled fly ball?
I guess anything to the left of second, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know, because I saw Drake Baldwin hit a home run on to almost dead center, but it was just from our vantage point, just to the right of 408.
Right.
So that's not a. So does it have to be like from right center over or left center over?
Endeavoring. We'll find out.
Yeah. Do some homework for me, Michael. Or James.
So the outfield is cut into third. So
Gotcha.
pull, middle, and oppo. So I guess middle would be left center to right center.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
It's between the 385 and 399 signs probably here at this ballpark.
There's a strike to Caballero. They're trying to get Caballero going as well. 0 for 10 against the Marlins. 4 for 31 so far in the season. Foul back here. Right over our booth.
Michael, I have never gotten a foul ball in the booth, ever.
There have been a couple in here.
Well, not that I'm want one necessarily, but it's never happened to me. And I feel like this homestand, just in 4 games, we've had a couple that are pretty close already.
Next one will be in the booth. Watch. Or low. Now, will you be someone that will try to make the catch or
No.
move away? You will
No,
not.
I will move
You've caught
away.
enough.
I caught enough, and I don't have a glove. I don't want it to hurt my hands. You know, and at my age, you don't see quite as well when things get near you. So I might not catch it cleanly, hit off a knuckle, break a knuckle. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Swing and a miss. Caballero down on strikes. 4th strikeout for Savali.
Yeah, this ball just kind of takes off. It's got ride to it. It's a 4-seamer. His 4-seamer will run a little bit. Takes off on Caballero, and it looks good when it's coming in, but usually a fastball up there is not good for you.
There's Trent Grisham. Yankees lead 1-0 on the Rosario home run. Left side. Giving chase is Muncy. Can't make the play. Turned around and just lost the ball.
Yeah, you could see he was way too close to the stands. We had a pretty good viewpoint of where that ball was, and it's difficult because the wind swirls in here, and what you feel in your face may not be what you feel at that spot right there. And sometimes when it gets above, you know, certain sections of the field, the wind will take it, and not really close, Michael. Can't even give that an air. He's so far away.
It is no error.
And usually a third baseman will want a shortstop to take that ball, but Jacob Wilson is almost playing behind second base. He had no chance to get there.
Wells leads off first, held there by Kurtz. Unusual little quirk in this starting pitching matchup. They're both Northeastern Huskies. And Savali has the most major league wins by a Northeastern pitcher. He has 44. Adam Ottavino, our colleague, with 41. Cam Slipper next at 6. Jocko Thompson, 6. And Joe Callahan, 1939 Boston Braves 1.
Who was the one before Joe Callahan?
Jocko Thompson, Philly left-hander from 1948 to 51.
You acted like we knew who he was.
Now you do. Fly ball center field. Clark makes the play, and that'll do it. But the Yankees are on the board, and they're on the board in a loud, long way as Rosario put in the lineup today. And he hits one deep into the seats and left. When it lands, Yankees lead 1-0.
Far this year, but also their starting pitchers have an ERA of 6.02, 29th in baseball. They're heating up a little bit offensively. 17 runs in the first 6 games, 23 in the last 3 against the Astros, and more of the same. The Yankees had 30 walks against the Marlins, and the Oakland staff has the highest walk rate in Major League Baseball at 15.5. so far tonight.
Max Muncy will lead it off. He takes a strike. 7 for 13 in the just completed series against the Astros. Now, how about this for a coincidence? This is obviously not the Dodgers' Max Muncy, but they were born on the same day, just different years. August 25th is their birthday, so the Dodgers' Max was born in 1990, and this Max was born in 2002.
And they both were A's. The other Max Muncy was an A too. I tell you what, when you're like searching for their stats, it gets a little confusing.
Spelled the same way. Slow roller, and that's going to be a base hit. Nothing you could do. So he picks up an infield single. That's the first base runner for the A's.
Well, sometimes when your sinker is so good, you get them to hit it off the label a little bit, and he doesn't hit it very hard. He pulls it just down the third base line, a little chopper, and it's just not hit hard enough for Rosario to have a chance. You see the frustration. Cam, I make a good pitch, I get weak contact, and I get nothing for it.
There's Jeff McNeil. McNeil at the beginning of the season, 4 for 23, no extra base hits, first 8 games with the A's. He was the longest tenured Met until the December trade for minor league reliever Yordan Rodriguez. Line drive, it's a base hit. Judge will field, get the ball in. Moving to second is Muncy. That's no surprise. He has always hit the Yankees quite well.
And he's always hit the ball extremely well up the middle. He's a very aggressive hitter, not as aggressive as he used to be, but he leaves a fastball out over the middle of the plate. And this is what he does. He's always hunting that fastball.
So here's Denzel Clark. He has struck out 10 times in his first 23 plate appearances, 4 for 21 on the year.
Yeah, I think Cam just did that to see if they were possibly going to show bunt, if he was going to square around. And here's a situation that you would hope that he bunts the ball well enough that if he's not comfortable sacrificing, he could possibly drag or push and actually go for a base hit.
Bunted, third base side foul. Now what they want to do is bunt it to third, make Rosario field, and there'd be nobody there to receive the throw.
And Tim Raines was like that. Tim Raines could not sacrifice bunt, but he could drag anytime he wanted. And just guys that have so much speed don't work so much on sacrificing, but more of a drag, because it might be a hit too.
Bunted. And it rolls and rolls and it goes foul. So now 2 strikes on Clark.
Heads up play by Austin Wells. If he picks that up, Clark might be safe because he's got elite speed. And the other thing, being ahead of him 0-2, Michael, you talked about, he struck out 10 times in 23 plate appearances. There's a lot of swing and miss. Yeah, you got to pick it up a little bit quicker than that because it could come back. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what he was doing there. Like, as soon as you see it roll foul, you usually kick it or do something. He let it roll a little bit further. It's a good thing it didn't go back fair. See that safe call? The second base umpire, Nate Tomlinson, did. He put his arms out with the 2 up. 2 disengagements, signaling 2 different things, 1 motion.
Pitch upstairs.
You don't see that every day, Michael, someone bunting with 2 strikes. Mark Kotze may feel that he has a better chance of sacrificing than putting the ball in play.
This one a really good bunt. Rosario fields, gets Clark, so the sacrifice is successful. Yankees lead 1-0. Runners on second and third. Yankees have the infield back, and there's a strike to Nick Kurtz. One and two.
What I find fascinating about Nick Kurtz is for a young player, he has a really low chase rate. Only about 22%. Major League average is about 28. However, when he does chase, he doesn't make contact very often. You'll see a lot of hitters that make a lot of contact. Average is about 58% when you chase. He is well below that. So if he can get him to chase, there's a good chance he can get a strikeout.
Tried to get him a chase, but that was perhaps too far outside.
A little bit?
Yep. Muncy's at third, McNeil's at second, one man out. Yankees lead 1-0 on the Rosario home run. Driven out into right center field. That's going to be in there and go all the way to the wall. Muncy scores. McNeil scores. It's a two-run double for Kurtz. And it's 2-1 A's, the first 2 runs allowed by Cam Schlittler this season.
Yeah, I think if he had this inning to do over a little again, I think he would have thrown a pitch higher up to Denzel Clark. So he would have bunted in the air, and he wanted this fastball up more. He's missed a little bit with his four-seamer today. Nick Kurtz has elite bat speed and is able to pull this ball. He's trying to strike him up in the zone. He just doesn't get it up high enough. And you can see the power that Kurtz has. He hits this ball extremely hard.
Here's Langoliers. 0-1. Oh, and 2. Broken back, ground ball foul.
After that swing, Michael, he's got to have some bees in his hand. This is when you take your time getting your next bat. Put a little pine tar on it. Take your time getting back in there, getting your feeling back in your fingers.
That Kurtz double, that's his first 2 ribbies of the year, and it ends Schlittler's 17 2/3 inning scoreless streak. A's now lead 2-1. And down goes Langoliers. 2 away.
Yeah, that's where I think he was trying to get the ball to Kurtz, and he didn't get it up this high. And this is a ball that's really hard to catch up to. You see the late spin, and he's underneath it. You can't get on top of it because it has more carry than you anticipate. 6'7", 6'8", coming right at you.
Here's Soderstrom. And a strike. Hayes, left fielder, with a fly ball center in the first. Oh and 2. Four strikeouts for Slittler. 1 and 2 on Soderstrom.
I never noticed that patch on their sleeve. It says Las Vegas. They're Sacramento.
They're just the A's. They're going to Vegas, though. This is the second of 3 years they'll be playing in Sacramento after leaving Oakland. And then their new ballpark is being built in Vegas. And they're due to begin play there in 2028. They've moved around. Philadelphia, Kansas City, Oakland, and now just the A's.
And Michael, it's pretty cool. If you go to the A's website, you can actually click on an update of that stadium in Las Vegas. They have a live cam. You can see exactly what's being done on a daily basis. The bottom level is started to be complete, but still a long ways to go there.
One, two. Ripped shortly and past Rice and down the right field line. Scoring easily is Kurtz. Soderstrom is at second. He'll stop right there. Judge gets the ball in. RBI double, and it's 3-1 Athletics.
Good at bat by Soderstrom. You see the knuckle curveball. It's a little bit higher than he wants, and he stays on it after he fouled off a couple of tough fastballs. He gets it just by Ben Rice inside the line, between him and the line, and it kind of sticks and stops. And I thought Tyler might try to go to third, but Judge gets on it. See a little trip to the mound. Pitching coach Matt Blake.
Unusual for Slittler because he's pretty much been untouchable in his first 2 starts. And here we are in the 3rd inning. He's given up 3 runs. He faced a minimum 6 over the first 2 innings. So Blake done with his conference, and that'll bring up Rooker. Popped up on the right side. It's in the seats, out of play. Leo on. Grounded to third. Rosario sets and fires. And they get Rooker. But 3 runs on 4 hits with 1 man, total bases and 8 ribbies. That's a good 2 weeks for a lot of players.
How about that?
And they're churning some butter there.
I know you don't like condiments, but do you like butter?
I love butter.
Yeah, I would have guessed that.
My cholesterol count does not like butter, but I love it.
Well, it kind of goes in line with, you know, some of the other things you eat.
All of the other things.
Yeah.
Quickly 0-2 on Judge. Judge reached on a catcher's interference in the 1st inning.
You know, one thing I just noticed in his stance, he's actually a little bit more closed than normal. He usually starts slightly open, but he's actually a little bit closed tonight. Maybe he does it with how pitchers are going to approach him and what he thinks. As a catcher, I would always pay attention to people's feet, because at times they would move in the box during the count.
That one is looped into right center, and McNeil is there to make the play. 1 down.
Savali can just pitch. You know, the change in speeds, change in location, up, down, in and out, cutting it, sinking it, four-seamers.
Signed a 1-year, $6 million deal in February, the day before spring training began. Last 3 seasons pitched with the Guardians and the Rays in 23, Rays and the Brewers in 24, Brewers, the White Sox, and the Cubs last year. Bellinger with a high fly ball to right field. Butler's there. 2 down. We told you he struggled against the Yankees, though. Comes into the game with a 7.08 ERA. That includes Game 5 of the 2022 ALDS. He started the winner-take-all game for the Guardians. 4 batters in. Stanton hit a 3-run home run for a 3-0 lead. The Yankees never looked back. Here's Ben Rice. He walked in the first inning. And a strike. Now, I told you he went to Northeastern. In 2015, the Huskies play a game every year against the Red Sox at Fort Myers during spring training, and Savali caused a bit of a stir. He pitched 2 innings. He struck out David Ortiz, Hanley Ramirez, Xander Bogaerts, and Mike Napoli.
Wow.
Not too bad.
They weren't familiar with his stuff. No scouting report on him.
Pitch is called a strike. Excuse me. Pitch is called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
So that's called a ball, and it's going to be challenged by Langoliers.
Pitch is overturned. It's 1
And
ball,
he
2
gets it
strikes.
right. So the T-Mobile ABS challenge works again for the catcher, Langoliers. And the 1-2. 2-2.
Michael, do you see how Bruce Dreckman calls balls and strikes?
What am I looking for?
Watch his hands.
Okay.
He doesn't have a clicker.
Still 2-2.
Did you see it?
No. Well, that was a swing, so he didn't have to call the strike.
Okay. It's the first time I noticed it.
And I still have it. The 2-2.
See what he did? So he has like rubber band or a rope around his wrist that goes over his fingers. So it would be on his right hand is strikes, his left hand is balls. So he slides it on the finger to see where it is. So he will move both of them. Huh?
Wouldn't the clicker be easier?
I don't know. You can see where it was on 3-2. Now he's going to move it to his thumb, which is 0-0.
So 2 walks for Rice. His on-base percentage continues to go up. And here's Stanton. Yankees trail this one 3-1, bottom of the 3rd. One and 0. 1-1 on Stanton. This game starts a string of 13 straight days with the game for the Yanks. Now the Yankees today had 3 walks. They had 30 walks in the series against Miami. That's a new record in the history of the team. Previous record for a 3-game set was 28, set back in May of 1934. That's a strange marriage, this matchup, because the A's just issued 29 walks in 3 games against the Astros.
But they won 2 out of 3.
Yep.
It helped that they scored 23 runs.
Now the Yankee record through 4 games is 39 walks, so they're at 33 right now as Rice dives back, and we're only in the bottom of the 3rd.
Boy, it really looked like Torres was going to call him out at first base the way he was hopping. Quick feet. Doesn't really have a big lead. He's not leaning. Having to get dirty.
You know,
like he
Torres
was
was
raise
loaded
that
up.
right. Yeah.
The 2-2. Fouled straight back.
That's when you're Aaron Savali. You know you just got away with a pitch because he had a really, really good swing on it. And because his swing is so flat through the zone, he can hit that high pitch.
Fouled away. Still 2-2. Stan struck out in the first inning with runners on first and second. Yankees only run in the game. A Rosario home run with 1 out in the second inning. High fly ball, left center field. Clark is there, and he puts it away for the final out. Yankees strand 1. We've played 3. 3-1 A's. MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. We go to the 4th inning here at Yankee Stadium. It's 3-1 A's. Jacob Wilson will lead off, and there's a strike. Now, Wilson struck out in the second inning. Odd? Yes.
Very.
Last year, he struck out 7.8% of the time. The only one with a better percentage was Luis Ariz. Ground ball to Rice. And he flips to Schlittler. Ariz struck out 3.3% of the time, which is just unreal.
That only striking out in today's day and age. I mean, there's guys that strike out. Major league average is like 22.2.
Right.
There's guys that strike out 30% of the time. 3?
Amazing.
Yeah.
But you'll have debates with people in baseball, the value of Ariz, because they say he only does one thing well, and that's batting average. He does not hit for power. He's not a great defender, doesn't run all that well. So what is his value in today's game? And the proof of that, Joe, every year he seems like he's on a different team, so he's not that coveted.
Yes, because there's not a lot of impact. There's not a lot of home runs. There's not going to be a lot of RBIs.
Right.
He doesn't walk either. Like, now, if he walked and he was a 400 on base, that 320 average would mean a lot more, and not the strikeouts. But you would say, with a runner on third and less than 2 outs, it's a guy that you probably want up.
Now, he's a strange valued player, because I think 20 years ago, you'd look at him and go, yeah, I want that. But little defensive value, base running value is low as well.
And the reason he went to San Francisco is because he wanted to play in the field.
He wanted to play second base specifically, yeah. 2-2. Strike 3. And challenging is Butler. So we'll wait to see. First,
the pitch is called to strike. The batter is challenging.
Challenge presented by T-Mobile.
He pitches the ball. The count is 1-2.
That is some eye by Lawrence Butler. Wow.
3-2.
That's a nice challenge right there.
That is amazing.
Yankees have been victimized by ABS the last 4 games. No challenge in that. 2 away.
That was the one he should have took, and he probably should have swung at the other one. Yeah, this is the great four-seamer. It's so hard to predict which fastball you're going to get because it's halfway there before it probably ever even starts to move.
So here's Max Muncy. He started the 3-run 3rd inning with a slow roller to 3rd that stayed fair. No play on it at all. There's a hard ground ball to short. Caballero. And a bounce back inning for Schlittler as he retires the A's in order 1-2-3. Yankees down 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. First game of this 3-game set. Jazz Chisholm Jr., Ahmed Rosario, and Austin Wells against Aaron Civale. And a strike. Chisholm struck out in the 2nd inning.
So, Michael, I did some digging on Jazz Chisholm. I wanted to know what his attack angle. Attack angle is where the bat is going when you make contact. Is it slightly up? Is it going down? The ideal attack angle is between 5 and 20 for hitters. Jazz was about 16. So I thought, you know, maybe he's trying to hit more home runs. Maybe his attack angle is higher. He's swinging up more. It was actually lower. It's been lower this year at 12 degrees instead of 16. So it threw my theory right out the window.
You think he's doing that on purpose? Or?
No, I just think he's a little off.
Ground ball. Knocked down by McNeil. And he gets Chisholm for the first out.
I think his timing is a little off right now, and that will come into play. It's a good play by Jeff McNeil. He's able to keep it in front of him. He gets up quickly and understands. I mean, he's been playing a long time. What Jazz Chisholm's speed is, he's got time. He's played against him a lot when Jazz was on the Marlins and he was on the Mets, and he knew he had time to make the play. I just think he's a little off right now. He'll get going.
Here's Rosario. 0-1. Rosario with a home run his first time up.
Yeah, he scared him away from that first pitch heater is what he did. He got the breaking ball.
And you would think that the more McMahon struggles offensively, you're going to see more Rosario.
Yeah, you would think. I don't think you're going to see him with left-handed pitchers on the mound. Our left-handed pitchers, the Yankees, but
especially Fried.
Yes. But the one thing that you have to do is the guys that don't play every day, you have to find times to give them starts. So when they do pinch hit or they do get a platoon situation, they're ready to play. The Yankees have faced one left-hander in their first 10 games.
Robbie Ray.
And they'll get Springs on Thursday, another lefty.
Let's check out one of tonight's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Austin Wells to hit one or more home run, it's plus 550. One and one.
It was about this time last year there was so much made of the torpedo bats because of you, Michael. And it looks like Austin Wells has one. I noticed Jeff McNeil had one too.
I didn't whittle the bats. I just happened to mention.
I mean, you caused a stir. I was getting texts from friends, other announcers.
Now, you mentioned lefties facing the Yankees. A lot of them are coming up soon. You said Springs on Thursday. You have Matz against the Rays over the weekend. Kikuchi and Detmers against the Angels.
There'll be some right-handed hitters that are happy. And you mentioned the schedule. They had 4 off days in the first 13 days. Now they're going to play 13 days in a row. So it will be good to give some of the left-handed hitters a day off when they're facing a lefty and the righties can play. It works out well.
Caballero on deck. Wells walked in the second. 2-2 count here with 2 outs in the fourth. Strike 3, challenged by Wells.
The pitch is called a
ABS challenge.
strike. The hitter is challenging. The pitch is a strike for the 3rd out.
Just clipped the upper
New York
part
has
of the
one
zone.
challenge
So he goes
left.
down and strikes. Yankees lose a challenge. Decisions presented by Sage.
Well, this is what you have to deal with when you're facing Cam Schlittler. 3 fastballs, all different. If you're a left-handed hitter, is it cutting into me? If it's a 4-seamer, is it have right to it? Or if it's a sinker, is it going away? They're all between about 94 and 99. You don't have a lot of time to manipulate the barrel where you want it to go. Very hard to hit.
McNeil takes upstairs to start the 5th inning. Sharp single to right center field came around to score in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, the A's actually hit the fastball really well. The other thing, though, they do strike out a lot against it. And when you look at, what they do, I mean, they're striking out over 30% of the time on fastballs over 95.
See Jake Bird up. Now Schlittler is at 71 pitches. Went to 79 his last start. In all likelihood, they're going to keep him in the 80s. What part of the 80s? According to how he gets there, but let's bank on 85. Line drive. It's another base hit for McNeil against the Yanks.
Jeff McNeil is the type of hitter that's very tough to strike out as well. But it's almost like he's just playing pepper in the middle of the field. Just gets the barrel to it, lets the power of Cam Schlittler help him hit the ball through. He's always been a really good line drive hitter. Never overswings.
Guy won the National League batting title in 2022 with a .326 average. 1 point over Freddie Freeman. Push bunt. And it's a foul ball. McNeil coming into today was 22 for 63 here in the Bronx. That's .349. And career against the Yankees, 40 for 119. That's .336. So very good numbers while he was at the Mets, and now continuing that with the Athletics. And a strike, but that didn't stop him from bunting last time. He bunted with 2 strikes. Showed it again, 1 and 2.
Ideally, when a guy's trying to bunt with 2 strikes, you either want to throw it up in the zone to get him to pop it up, or you want to throw something that's breaking off the edge of the plate away from him so it's hard for him to keep it fair.
Swing and a miss. One away here in the 5th. That's the 6th strikeout, 6 Yankee strikeout, brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers. There's Nick Kurtz, 2-run double his last time up. Grounded to second. There's one. Not in time for 2. So McNeil erased, and that'll bring up Shea Langoliers.
He's done a really good job of pitching Shea up. He's quick inside, so you have to be careful there, but he's went up on him and it's gotten him to swing through it and to be underneath it. He's a much better low ball hitter. He hits the sinker a lot better than the 4-seamer. Sinker about 359, the 4-seamer 241, and you're seeing a lot of 4-seamers from Cam.
1-1.
That's nasty, Michael. That's a no-chancer.
And the count 1-2 on Langoliers.
Don't fall asleep on Kurtz here. He will take off. He's got a couple stolen bases. He does not have very good speed, but if you don't pay attention to him, he will go.
One, 2. Still 1-2. Two and 2. It's leaning toward this being his final batter.
Yeah, and the Yankees have double barrels, so I would think runners on first and second, first and third, they've probably been cruising. Who's up? As well as Jake Bird. Making it work. Langoliers looks a little bit like Jason Kelsey. Two. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. No runs to hit. 1 man left. We're halfway through. Yankees down by 2. It's 1-1-0 for the Yanks. The only hit for the Yanks is Rosario's home run. And that resulted in their only run. So Savali's pitching well. It'll be 9-1-2 in the Yankees order. Starting with Jose Caballero, who struck out in the second. He's 4 for 32 on the season. On 1. One and 1. You know, Max Muncy is playing the conventional way to play a guy who bunts in. He's not running in like Sanoa, playing back and running in.
Not trying to deke him.
20 sprints a day.
Driven into left center field. That's going to be trouble. Splits the outfielders, and it goes to the wall. Caballero is at second. He'll stop right there with a leadoff double.
I love that, Michael. He adjusted to that four-seamer out over the plate. He was out in front of the first one, and he ran out of bat a little bit, but this one kind of got more towards the middle, and he took advantage of this ball, smokes it right into the gap. And we've told you about Clark. He is an outstanding center fielder and can really track balls down, but this ball's hit so hard into the gap, he's got no chance. Now Caballero for sure double.
And he can turn it into a triple because he can steal any base. Lefty batter, he's going to have some discretion there. Clear look for Langoliers toward third.
And I would think with Trent up, who has a very good eye, but who also pulls the ball a lot, you wouldn't try to run in this situation. Now, with one out, maybe you would Judge up. You try to get to third with less than 2 outs, but I would be somewhat surprised. Savali doesn't give up a ton of stolen bases.
Popped up. That's not going to get the job done. Wilson makes the play, so Caballero stays put.
Situation is, Michael, if you can get it, you go get it, but you can't. You have to be 100% sure that you can get this bag if you're going to run with Aaron Judge up.
Judge reached on catcher's interference in the first inning and then popped a second in the third. Caballero has a very big lead. McNeil's trying to check him back. A good throw, would have been closer.
As a hitter, you don't really want him dancing a lot because you don't want him to distract the hitter. But it's not bad that he's taken Savali's attention away, splitting that attention between the hitter and the base runner.
Good pitch, 1-1.
He's actually checking one. I love it.
The pitch is called a strike. The hitter is challenging.
Yankees are down to their final challenge, and now they have no challenges. Oh no, they retain it because they overturned it, so his challenge was correct. So the count 2-0. Numbers against Savali: 5 for 18, 2 doubles, and a home run. Three and 1. Against Miami, the Yankees were 1 for 7 in challenges.
Miami was 10 for 12. It was really good.
Checks the swing. He does not go, so a walk to Judge. That was only the second time that Judge has challenged all year. He's won both of them. Here's Scott Emerson, the pitching coach, as Justin Sterner is up in the bullpen for the A's.
I hope when all these stats come out, I hope you have the hitters that challenge the least percentage of the balls they should have challenged. You know what I'm saying? So let's say Aaron Judge is challenged twice. Right. But he's had 10 balls called strikes. You know, so, or let's just say.
That were incorrectly called.
Yes, so like, who really is the best challenger when it comes to a percentage of challenging the balls that are strikes?
And it's clear early on the catchers are the best.
Yes, but is there a hitter that, man, you should have challenged more?
Here's Cody Bellinger 0 for 2. Pick off to second. Nobody was there, and he threw right to Wilson, who was back. So a little bit of cross up there.
And I think the Yankee coaches, and we're going to see this little pick, he's actually going back, and he thought the pickoff was on. The Yankee coaches have tried to get Judge and Stanton to challenge a little bit more. Judge is 2 for 2. Stanton's 1 for 1. That's not a good idea.
I'll tell you, both Judge and Caballero have enormous leads. Obviously, no one's holding Judge on at first, so he has a gigantic lead at first. And Caballero's dancing at second.
Yeah, you're going to watch him hit this ball off the inside. Oh, at least it hit the pad. I mean, thank goodness. But Dan Fiorito, the first base coach, has to keep an eye on Kurtz and be his eyes if he comes in for a back pick. Because a lot of times catchers will back pick with the left-handed hitter up because it's harder to see for the base runner when he's picking.
Ground ball. McNeil has one play, makes it at first. Runners move up. So a big spot for Rice. Second and third with 2 outs. Yankees down by 2. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Jake Bird continuing to throw. Oh and 1. So Bali will work out of it. Catch is made. And that'll do it. Yankee strand 2. We go to the 6th. Report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Speaking about the Blue Jays, the also valuable Alejandro Kirk underwent surgery on his fractured left thumb today. He's expected to miss 6 weeks. That's a big blow for them on top of all the pitching that they lost. Yesterday, Max Scherzer had to leave the game as well.
Yeah, they've had all kind of troubles. Sometimes you worry about pitching when you play so deep into the fall that they don't get enough rest, and physically it catches up to them.
And, you know, one of their big free agent signings, Ponce, he's out with an ACL injury. That was ripped by Soderstrom, and it goes into right field, goes to the wall. Playing it out there is Judge, and he is going to hold Soderstrom to a single. So Jake Bird comes on, promptly gives up a double. Or single, shall I say.
Really good play by Judge. You see Soderstrom hit this ball in the corner in right field. Judge comes up, makes a quick throw, gets rid of it, extremely accurate. But very good base rating by Soderstrom because the ball's in front of you. No one needs to tell you should you go to second or not. Just watch the throw, watch the throw. If it looks online, I can always go back.
Here's Brent Rooker. So Bird came out of the gate pitching well on the road trip and didn't pitch well on Sunday. Couldn't get the ball over the plate. See how he does in this performance. And a strike. He gets that ball over, he's so much tougher. First 4 games for Bird, he retired 13 of 14 batters. Now, 4 straight batters have reached. Two and 1. Yankees down by 2, 3-1. We're in the top of the 6th inning at Yankee Stadium. And a strike. Swing and a miss. Got him.
I like what he did there, Michael, and I'm not sure he did it on purpose. He threw him an inside sweeper, then he threw him one away and took him back across the plate, and then he throws this one inside. As a hitter, you're like, oh, I'm going to give up, and then you realize that it's coming back, and it's really, really hard to hit. I think that's one of the hardest pitches to hit in baseball is the breaking ball that starts right at you.
Wilson swings and misses. Wilson 0 for 2 against Schlittler. So Schlittler goes 5, strikes out 7, but he allows the first 3 runs of the season for him. Schlittler also, once again, did not walk a batter.
No. Now he has 22 strikeouts and 0 walks. That'll work, Michael.
That plays, yep. Fly ball shallow right center. Judge is there. 2 outs.
You know, a lot of times you'll see a center fielder like call off a right fielder. I'm not calling him off because if he doesn't hear, I'm in trouble.
So with Butler coming up, Boone only wanted him to face these 3 batters, so he's going to call him Brent Hedrick to face Butler. Runner on, 2 outs. And there's George Steinbrenner in his early years of owning the team, right around 73 or 74. Hedrick comes on.
Saw a couple pictures of Reggie there. I saw him in the tunnel on Friday.
Here?
Yes.
I didn't see him.
I did.
Really?
It's good to see.
Did he go? No, he did not, said the crew chief, Mark Wegner. Butler's 0 for 2. Runner goes. The throw to second. Goes into center field. Soderstrom gets up, and he will go to third. So that's a stolen base and an E2.
Sometimes as catcher we go too far to the left, and that's what. And he dropped his arm, and that's what made the ball sail on him. He's got to make sure he gets on top of it, and we've seen him get on top of it. He just gets underneath the little ball, and the ball takes off, sails. No harm, no foul. Get the hitter out.
Three and 1 on Butler. And Butler walks. So you bring in the lefty to get the lefty, and he walks him. So first and third with 2 men out, and that brings up Muncy.
Butler 22 for 29 in stolen bases. Last year, I wouldn't think that he would be running early in this. Maybe as the count gets a little bit later, they'll take a chance.
Swings with the fastball high, 0-1. Muncy off to a good start, hitting .324, 2 homers and 5 ribbies. Infield single started the 3-run third inning and then grounded to short in the 4th. 1-1. One and 2. Runners on the corners, 2 men out, 1-2 count on Muncy. 3-1 A's. Pitch. Runner goes, no throw, a stolen base for Butler, and the pitch was low, 2-2. So So now 2 runners in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the A's lead by 2. Did he go? Oh, he went. Muncy down on strikes. No runs a hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 A's.
Year's Mark Leiter. Their bullpen the second half was really good last year, so they feel that they have the pieces. They went out and got a couple, and they're just going to mix and match. But only 1 lefty in the bullpen, Michael. I think he would like to have 2.
Hogan Harris. Now Sterner's 29 years old. Had a late start to his career. He went on a 2-year church mission to Samoa and did not even begin college until he was 21. Undrafted out of BYU, signed with the Marlins, traded to the Rays, and picked up by the A's off waivers in November of 2024. Line drive, and it's past the diving Kurtz. Raised and picked up by the A's off waivers in November of 2024. Line drive, and it's past the diving Kurtz into right field. A base hit for Jazz Chisholm. Now to bring up Rosario, had a home run in the second inning. We'll take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 105.1 and 1 foot short of 400 feet. No doubter.
It just hit a wall scraper this time. Tie it up.
Counts the same, right?
Sure does.
Ground ball. There's 1. And there's 2. 6-4-3 double play started by Wilson. We go to the 7th.
April 25th, my wife's birthday.
There you go. Happy birthday, Kim, in advance if I forget. Hedrick still in. And deals to McNeil inside. We're in the 7th inning. It's 3-1. All the scoring in 2 innings. A solo home run by Rosario. And then RBI double by Soderstrom and a 2-run double by Kurtz. And that's the scoring in the game right now. So the pitchers of record, Cam Schlittler on the losing side and Aaron Savelli on the winning side. But things can change. The game is in the hands of the bullpen.
Savelli or Cervelli?
Savelli.
Oh.
Cervelli was the coach of Team Italy and did a good job.
Yes, fantastic.
With a little help from Jorge Posada. That Yankee catching tree likes to manage.
Yes, we do.
Ralph Houk, Yogi Berra. Bill Dickey managed, I believe, for a little bit.
And Michael, I was at winter meetings when Francisco Cervelli was there, and he was so excited to tell me and announce that Jorge Posada was joining the staff of Team Italy. Joe, you'll love this. He said, I'm finally in charge of Jorge.
Did he let Jorge know that?
Well, Jorge showed up, so I'm guessing he was in compliance, but I know they had a good time. Jason Zillo, the Yankees director of media relations, was also a part of that Team Italy, and he just spoke about the culture and how much fun that those guys had throughout the tournament.
Well, Servian, I guess maybe I had a little bit to do with it, but not much. Finally got George to see the light. That pasta's the only way.
And espresso.
And espresso.
He had that team, every time they got off the bus or traveled, they were all dressed to the nines.
Yeah. Well, Servey likes to dress.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 1. 0-2 on Clark.
Hey, you talk about dressing to the nines, Michael. Well, Aaron Judge made sure that this team was dressed to the nines for the home opener. He sent a text the night before, we're all wearing suits tomorrow. All the guys came in wearing nice suits, looking like they were ready to go.
Swing and a miss. Clark down on strikes. See how the Yankees will maneuver the rest of the game. We'll take a look at the bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Yesterday was an off day, so everybody would seem like they're refreshed, and Cruz has been warming up, so they would use him 3 days out of 4. Everybody else looks like they're in pretty good shape. I think if they had their druthers, they'd probably stay away from Yarborough.
Yeah, I would think so. And maybe even Bednar. I mean, if it's a safe situation, I'm sure he's available, but...
An announced crowd of 39,853 here at the stadium on this Tuesday evening. 1-1.
It'd be really nice to get a double play ball here so Cruz could start the next inning with right, left, right, right.
One and two. And down goes Kurtz. 2 away. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. So with the Langoliers due up, they're going to call on Cruz. Runner on first, 2 men out, top of the 7th. Yankees trail 3-1.
Love that, Michael.
That was when he broke the Yankees stolen base record. Boy, was he special. Fernando Cruz on, and he gets Langoliers to swing to the first pitch, and he lost it to shallow left. Coming on as Bellinger makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Job well done. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. At the end of 6.5 innings to play, it's time for this 7th inning stretch. It's the Athletics 3 and the Yankees 1, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Reserve First Sergeant Anthony William Murray from the Bronx, who served in Operation Enduring Freedom. The Yankees say, thank you, Anthony, for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, fans, it's stretch time, so please join in. Sing along as Yankee Stadium organist Paul.
Well, thank you, guys. 3-6-1 for the A's, 1-3-1 for the Yankees. Savali, 5 innings, 2 hits, a run, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Nick Kurtz, a big 2-run double. Cam Schlittler went 5 hits. His first 3 runs of the season has walked 0 and 7 strikeouts. And Rosario, the Yankees' only run, a home run for them in the second. Austin Wells leads off against Sterner, beginning his second inning of work, and time is called as the ball gets loose in the outfield.
I saw Austin Wells. I would have started running and said, that's where I hit it. Because his luck hasn't been very good. When you look at his underlying numbers, they're actually pretty good. His walk rate is way above average. His hard hit is way above average. He hasn't had a lot of luck. He struck out a little bit more than usual. But there are some good numbers, and as a hitter, you try to hold on to that so you're confident.
Yankees have 9 more outs to go to make up these 2 runs. They've been doubled up in hits, and they lead by 2. Their A's do 3-1. Fouled away. Mark Leiter Jr. has the only save for the A's. They have 3 wins on the season. He has a save. Rip foul. Time call. Two and two. Yankees get a base runner. All of a sudden, the tying run comes to the plate. Sterner, a strikeout, a single, and a double play ground ball in the 6th on a relief of Savali.
You know, this game sometimes is so hard to figure out because Austin Wells had a great WBC. Probably felt like he was in a great position to start the season. You get off to a slow start, and the worst thing as a hitter is to look up and your numbers are so low. And if you go 4 for 25 during the regular season, you know, you drop from 260 to 255 if you have 300-400 back. But it's just so frustrating to look up there. Runner in scoring position with nobody out. Got to find a way to get him in.
First extra base hit of the young season for Wells. Here's Caballero. Ground ball to third. Muncy there. In the dirt, and it's scooped up by Kurtz for the first out. Kurtz just saved his third baseman an error. Might have saved the run.
He did a really good job of fielding.
Kurtz just saved his third baseman an error. Might have saved the run.
He did a really good job of fielding that short hop and getting his feet, but he makes an errant throw. And I talked about it early in the game. When the ball is slippery, for the infielders too, not just the pitchers, and they don't have the rosin. Sometimes these things happen, and I think Kurtz got lucky there. Look what I got.
There's a strike to Trent Grisham, 0 for 3. He was 1 for 9 against the Marlins, but walked an awful lot. On deck is Judge. Runner at second base, 1 man out. So quickly 0-2. One and two. And the count levels at 2-2. Runner at second, 1 man out. Yankees down by 2. Bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, if you're Sterner, that sweeper's such a big pitch for you, but you have to be careful that you don't leave it down middle into a left-handed hitter because it could be 3-3 really quickly. He's been trying to backdoor him with it.
High fly ball down the right field line. In the corner is Butler, and it makes the seats foul. Wells with a leadoff double. He's at second. One man out. 2-2 count on Grisham.
Try to front hip him now after that breaking ball in.
Ground ball and grabbed by Wilson. The throw to first, and they get Grisham moving to third is Wells. They had the shortstop position perfectly. And that brings up Judge. And that brings out Scott Emerson, the pitching coach. Yankee fans, stay on top of the action by picking up your copy of Yankees Magazine or the 2026 Yankees Yearbook today. The books are available throughout Yankee Stadium, or you can call 1-800-GO-YANKS or visit Yankees.com/publications to purchase yours. Don't miss an issue.
I always found those type of meetings to be interesting.
Yeah, what do you think they're talking about there?
About being careful to Aaron Judge. Right, it's almost like a defensive strategy and a negative strategy. And sometimes as a manager, I would think I'm probably just better off putting him on. If I'm going to be careful, let me just put him on.
Yeah, because if you say be careful and don't make a mistake, you're putting the onus on the pitcher and taking it away from you. If you wanted to be careful, as you said, then walk him.
Well, when is the pitcher trying to make a mistake?
Right.
Made a good pitch there, though.
Ground ball, third base, gobbled up by Muncy. The throw across, the stretch by Kurtz, and Judge is out on the 5-3. Yankees strand a runner. We go to the 8th. And it's time for the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
Yeah, this double by Tyler Soderstrom makes the score 3-1. After Kurtz hit a double with runners on second and third, he doubles following him to make it 3-1, and this has been all the scoring. He's got 2 hits tonight.
On the scoreboard, 3-1 A's, top of the 8th inning, and Soderstrom leads off. So he's 2 for 3. RBI and a stolen base. Driven right down the right field line. It is foul.
It's one of the few splits that he's thrown that I haven't seen have a lot of depth. Just kind of hung up there.
Slowed down by Cruz. Caballero makes the play. 1 down.
Is that another one between the legs?
It looked like he slowed it down. I don't know if it was slowed down by the mound. It could have been. Let's see.
We've seen a couple.
Didn't it sound like it hit
his glove?
Yeah. Yeah, tip of the glove. Rooker is 0 for 3. Rooker, one of 6 players last year who played every game, 162. But there was one player that played 163, Rafael Devers. Overlap with the Red Sox and the Giants.
So then there were only 5 that played. Well, I guess there's 6 that played.
Yeah. No, I think the 6 doesn't even include Devers.
Oh, it does?
He stands alone, yeah. Rooker had 2 home runs Sunday against the Astros, 101 in his career.
He's had 3 straight years where he's hit 30-plus home runs.
Yep.
Been a really productive player for the A's. Took him a little time to figure it out.
Now, the A's, we told you about their move to Vegas in 2028. They're actually going to challenge. Wow, how about that? It's a ball by a 1/10 of an inch. A 1/10 of an inch. That's a good eye.
Did you see that Schwarber the other day, what he did?
I did not see.
He tapped his helmet and then started walking to first.
I don't think the umpire's going to like that.
Yeah.
I believe Rosarena did that too in the Seattle's first series of the season. Wilson jumps on the first pitch and lofts it to left field. Bellinger will put it away for the second out.
Was it Rosarena right?
He was right. Yep. And we mentioned this over the weekend too. You know, with the overturns, I don't think it reflects poorly on the umpires because most of them are by such a small amount, and you could see how your vision would say, okay, that's a strike. It's not like they're missing by 4 or 5 inches. Some umpires do, but most of them are right on. I mean, the umpires are much better than you think.
Yeah, Bruce Streckman, this is probably his 3rd game behind the plate. He had only had 7 challenges in the first 2 games. That's not a lot. I mean, on average in the minor leagues, there was about 4.2 per game, and it's probably about the same in the big leagues. That's not a lot of challenges.
Runner goes. Throw to second. Not in time. Stolen base for Rooker.
Yeah, he basically had a walking lead, a huge lead.
A's challenge that one, and they lose that challenge. It is a strike.
Left.
And now both teams have 1 challenge remaining.
Nice block.
All right, so he's had 14 calls challenged and 8 overturned. So we just saw one that was overturned, Joe, by 0.1 of an inch.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's missing by a lot. And you imagine all the pitches that he's seen, and 14 have been challenged.
He's probably seen approximately 750 pitches.
3-2 on Butler. You know, with his out pitch being the splitter, they don't mind him facing lefties. That's what he's doing here with Butler. 3-2 count. And he walked him. So 2 walks by Cruz in the inning. First and second, 2 men out. Brings up Muncy.
The biggest thing for Fernando Cruz is to get ahead. The difference between him being 0-1 and 1-0 is huge, because a lot of times that split isn't a strike, but when you're behind, hitters will tend to chase a lot more.
Matt Blake, the pitching coach, wants to talk with Cruz.
Getting somebody up in the bullpen too.
Cade Lindquist has not ever pitched in a big league game. Been up 3 times, got close, but has not come in yet. Fans, the next Yankees game on Yes is Thursday afternoon with the series finale right here in the Bronx. Coverage will begin at 1 with the FanDuel pregame, and first pitch is scheduled for shortly after 1:30 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. And remember, everybody, tomorrow night's game, Yankees and the A's, will be on Prime. And a strike. Blocked there by Wells, keeping the runners put.
Yeah, the toughest blocks are the ones that are so far out in home plate that you can't really predict where it's going to be. And when you get that high hop, it's hard to smother it and get your shoulders over it. You have to keep your chest up so it can hit your chest. And that's when it deflects left or right.
1-2. So it goes with the slider there, not the splitter.
Started him with the slider.
Yep, he did.
To get ahead.
Slider, splitter, slider. Let's see what he does now on 1-2. Swing and a miss on the splitter. And he works out of trouble. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Ibanez takes over third base from Muncy. Now Mark Leiter Jr. takes over on the mound. And he faces the heart of the Yankee order, starting with Cody Bellinger. There's 1-0. Leiter, 35 years old, signed a 1-year, $2.85 million deal with the A's in December. Last year with the Yankees, 4.84 ERA. The Yankee defense was not great behind Leiter last year. They were minus 12 outs above average when he pitched, plus 4 when anyone else pitched. There's a base hit. So Bellinger leads off the 8th with a single.
Yeah, he got in a bad count, 2-0. We had to throw him a fastball for a strike. He likes to get ahead a lot of the lefties with that little curveball that he'll dump in here. And you can see this ball just kind of spins, and it's in the middle of the plate. The hitter's coming up. The Yankees got a really good chance of tying this game up.
Here's Ben Rice. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Off to a great start. 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Stands in there as a tying run. No runs scored in this game since the top of the 3rd inning. Yankees' only run came in the 2nd on the Rosario home run.
He also has a very good split, but the one thing that's been happening over the last couple of years is the depth hasn't been as good, and he's losing some of the whiff. I mean, he still has a fairly high whiff on it. Last year was almost 43%, but it was up at over 50 in 24.
That one into right center field will find grass, dunks in for a base hit. Bellinger read it beautifully. He's easily at 3rd, standing up, and the Yankees are set up 1st and 3rd, and nobody out.
Well, Ben Rice hasn't had many of those hits this year. Everything he's hit has been a bullet, but this is a cutter that gets in on him a little bit, but he's strong enough to muscle up. He gets behind it enough to get it over McNeil's head. And just a great job of base running by Cody Bellinger, understanding where the right fielder is, understanding it's going to dunk in, and it takes the double play away where you don't score a run. If double play happens here, Bellinger has the ability to score, and then it's 3-2. If he doesn't get to 3rd, there would be a runner on 3rd with 2 outs. Great base running.
All right, so here's Stanton. He comes in as the go-ahead run. He's 0 for 3. Winquist and Hill both up for the Yanks. Stanton 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, sandwiching a fly ball to center. Leiter from the first base side of the rubber. Kind of a weak hack at that and fouled it back.
It was almost like he tried to check his swing and stop his swing. It had more run than he thought it did.
Tries to tie him up with the sinker, and the count 1-1. Yankees trying to rally here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Line drive, and it knuckled and goes into left center field for a base hit. Bellinger will score. Moving to second is Rice. It's an RBI single of the strangest kind by Stanton, and it's 3-2 A's.
Yeah, you see Jacob Wilson confused on it. He got jammed on it. He stayed inside of it. And usually a ball that's pulled, you think it's going to hook, but it went the other way, and it confused Wilson, and now the Yankees are back to 3-2. He dives. He's a little bit short. And they have first and second and nobody out.
Joe, we're in a perfect spot up here, elevated right behind the plate. That ball was headed to where he was going, and then it just moved.
Yeah.
In midair.
Yeah, we got a base runner here, Michael, Randall Grichuk, but it was because he stayed inside of it that pushed it the other way.
So Grichuk will pinch run for Stanton. The runner at first base now is the go-ahead run. They want speed there. And that brings up Chisholm. And a strike.
The pitch is called a strike. The hitter's challenging.
All right, so that's called a strike, and it's going to be ABS powered by T-Mobile. And Jazz got that one wrong. It was indeed a strike.
Yeah, this is that curveball that he likes to dump in early in the count just to get ahead so he doesn't have to show his split. Clearly a strike.
Oh, what a pick there by Langoliers, keeping the runners put. The challenge by Jazz, by the way, the Yankees don't have any challenges left now.
Kedro, I say, why don't you just let it hit you? You can't. The instinct is to get out of the way.
One and two. Another right-hander up. They're all right-handers except for one for the A's. Leiter getting himself into some jam. Now the bases could be loaded if Jazz gets another ball. It's 3-2. This might be his last batter as Kunal is ready to come in. Time called.
He's got to believe at times that he's snake bit here at Yankee Stadium. You talked about the defense last year behind him. He's given up 3 jam shots.
Yeah.
Given up a run, first and second, and now 3-2 on Jazz.
(3-2) into center field. It's shallow, and that ball is going to be caught by Clark, who's an outstanding defensive center fielder. Took a base hit away from Chisholm. One away.
See the frustration of Jazz. He just got jammed a little bit, and he actually hit it too hard. Everyone else has been able, and it looked like he hurt himself. Do you see him on the field?
Yeah, he walked off slowly, and then he looked like he hurt himself on the swing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. It doesn't look like it's his side. It looks like it's something in his leg, maybe his knee.
Another trip by Scott Emerson, the pitching coach. So the runners talking things over with the first base coach, Fiorito. And that's going to bring up Rosario. And he was the Yankees' only offense until this inning. This was in the second.
Yeah, boy, he jumped all over the sinker, this inside sinker by Savali, and hit it. Would you say 399 feet?
Yep.
1 foot short of 400.
Two for 9 on the season. 1 for 3 tonight. First and second, one man out. Yankees down by 1, 3-2. 0-1. Shot there of McMahon as Rosario starting at third instead of McMahon. Drill deep to left field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone. See ya. A 3-run home run for Rosario. And the Yankees have come back to take the lead.
It looked like he got a backup breaking ball, Michael, and this one was clearly over 400 feet. A 3-run shot to put the Yankees up 5-3. And you talk about pushing the right buttons. Aaron Boone pushed the right button today. 4 of the RBIs have come from Amon Rosario. Gotta love that line, Michael.
This time his teammates are celebrating for him. A 2-home run night. And the Yankees have come back to take the lead 5-3. Quite a night for Ahmed Rosario. Well, they were bloopers and bleeders into that point. That was a legitimate home run.
Well, you talk about a bloop and a blast. Well, that's exactly what they got. They got 3 bloopers in a row, and then they got the big blast.
Three and 1. So now McMahon's probably going to take over and play third base in the 9th inning to tighten up the Yankee defense. Ground ball, second base. And they'll get Wells.
Yeah, man, that breaking ball did absolutely nothing, and he knew it right when he hit it. Talking to the bench, I love it, showing some emotion. Exactly what the Yankees needed after they took a lead yesterday in that game and ended up giving up the lead. They've come from behind tonight. Look at Fernando Cruz.
Caballero takes a strike.
You can see he just gets on the side of that breaking ball and it backs up. That's when you want to have the catcher's interference right there, Michael.
1-1. So Winquist sits down. It's going to be Bednar's 9th inning. He's feeling it. Knew was gone. Ended up in the second deck right down the line.
He has so much emotion when he doesn't play. I mean, what do you expect when he does play? And does great things like he's done tonight. 4 of the 5 RBIs, 2 home runs. He was flawless in the field. Look at the smiles, Michael. I mean, there's so much joy in winning. You work so hard for opportunities like this. Look at Goldie on the top step.
Foul back. Right-hander on the mound. It would seem to be, you start McMahon, but McMahon has been struggling, and they haven't had many lefties starting against them, just one. So Boone wants to keep his right-handed batters fresh. He decided to push the button and go with Rosario tonight. Rosario helps him out with 2 home runs. Hit sharply and knocked down by Ibanez. He recovers, fires high, and Caballero reaches.
Yeah, I'll be curious what they call this, because this ball is smoked, and he does whatever he can to keep it in front. And at that point, once it comes off his chest, he really has to rush, and it's going to be a hard throw. It looks like that ball came up on him a little bit. Looks like the day is over for Mark Leiter as well.
So Kotsay takes the ball from Leiter. They go to the bullpen. Runner on first, 2 outs. Yankees are up by 2. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Ford stores. Proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees. And by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. So Caballero reaches on the E5. That knocks out Leiter, and it brings in Joel Kuhnel. 31-year-old right-hander, 6 big league season. First major league game since August of 2024 with the Rays. Called up today as starter. Luis Morales was sent down to work on his control. And he'll face Grisham. Caballero just gets back.
Yeah, he wants that bag, and he's clearly safe, but he wants this bag. He wants to get in scoring position as quick as possible. So far this year, he's 3 for 3 in stolen bases. He doesn't wait around, Michael.
One and 0.
What he does is he speeds up the pitcher. The pitcher has to be really quick to home, and a lot of times that causes them to leave balls up in the zone, even though that one was down.
Bednar is ready. He'll try to close it out. Runner goes. The throw to second. Safe. Stolen base for Caballero. And they're going to challenge. Guess they thought they got him on the slide by.
The Athletics are challenging the safe call at second base.
Wilson does a great job of letting the ball get to him instead of going to get it and bringing the tag back, which obviously takes a lot more time. Catches it, slaps it down. I still think he's safe, though, Mike.
I still think he's safe, Joe.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's certainly not clear cut. Be interesting to see what they do with this. I would say he's safe.
He's safe.
Yeah, he's safe.
Here we go. You say, hey, Wilson doesn't reach for that ball. He just catches and slaps the tag down. That's proper.
Got to watch his thigh and hand.
Safe. Safe. If it takes this long, there's not clear evidence.
Yankees 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. A's 3, 6, and 2. Let's hear.
After review, the call on the field stands. The runner is safe. The Athletics will lose their challenge.
So the call on the field stands. Fourth stolen base for Caballero. Jazz has 4 as well. They're both tied for second in the American League. Bobby Witt Jr. has 7. So 2-1 count on Trent Grisham. Grisham 0 for 4 tonight. Ground ball, second base. McNeil. And that'll do it. But the Yankees score 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the big blow, that man, Ahmed Rosario. The Yankee dugout loves it when it lands in the seats to the Caribbean. That is one pumped up player. He knew what that swing meant. Yankees offense stalled since the 2nd inning, since his first home run. But this one puts the Yankees ahead. Now they'll try to close it out, take the first game of the series, and they bring in their closer, David Bednar, try to get the final 3 outs. 73 pitches in his last 2 appearances. He wants to be more economical, and the pitch to Jeff McNeil is high. So it's 8, 9, and 1 in the order, and McMahon's at third base taking over for Rosario to tighten the defense. Two and 0. The Yankees 7, 8, and 9 batters in the first 9 games of the season. 0 extra base hits. Tonight, 4 extra base hits from the bottom of the order.
He knew eventually it had to change because they were so productive last year. I think they had the 3rd highest slug in Major League Baseball.
Yep, behind the Cubs and the Red Sox.
And this year they were
slug.
last.
3 and 1. So Rosario with 2 home runs, Wells with a double, Caballero
A double.
Also with a double. Three and 2 on McNeil. Is just trying to get on. Anybody gets on, it brings the tying run to the plate. Carlos Cortez is on deck to pinch hit for Clark. Popped up, long run. Wells on the run toward the dugout, slides, and he can't make the play. Couldn't get there.
Yeah, just a great effort. He gets jammed really bad, so it's not hit very high. Does the right job. Idea of sliding into the fence, sticking the glove out. It still looks like he hurt his hip a little bit when he hits the wall here. Boom.
Now, there was some concern the way he walked off the field with Jazz Chisholm, but he remains in the game at second base.
Yeah, McNeil only struck out about 12% of the time last year, so he's really hard to strike out. 3-2, you just got to keep challenging him, make a pitch, and get him to hit it at somebody.
Schlittler started, went 5 innings. Now they took him off the hook for the loss. Swing and a miss, got him with the 4-seamer. 1 away. Hey fans, stay tuned after the final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame, as Justin Shackle and Jack Curry will have highlights and analysis. Meredith Marakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Carlos Cortez will pinch hit for Denzel Clark.
Had a really good year last year. Hit 309, about 100 plate appearances. A really, really good fastball hitter. Struggles with the split. Get ahead of him and go to a split and hopefully get him out in front of Kurtz.
And a strike. Severino will start tomorrow for the Athletics. Will Warren, you just saw him, who'll start for the Yanks. And that game's going to be on Prime. Then we're back again on Yes on Thursday afternoon. 5-8-1 for the Yanks, 3-6-2 for the Athletics. The pinch hitter, Cortez, with a 1-1 count. High fly ball, shallow right. Judge is there, 2 outs, and out away. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees.
2 huge outs in front of Nick Kurtz, who hit 36 homers in only 117 games last year. That was really big.
Kurtz a 2-run double and 4 at-bats. 1-0. And a strike. Athletics still have an ABS challenge. Yankees are out. High fly ball, right field. Judge drifting over. Judge makes the play, and the Yankees win 5-3. That man with 2 home runs penciled into the lineup, and he does the job. And the Yankees win by a score of 5-3. They pick up their 8th victory in 10 games on the season.
A really good come-from-behind win, and you get contributions from so many different people, and the guys at the bottom of the order were big tonight. You get good starting pitching, not great from Cam Schlittler, but he kept them in the game. 7 strikeouts, no walks in 5 innings, gave up the 3 runs, but just a great win for the Yankees tonight.
2 more games against the A's, but they started off in proper fashion with a victory in Game 1. We mentioned